Hiya! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I thought that I would do a little Q&A as a sort of start of 2019, first month over kind of thing, as this is the last video going up in January, so I just thought I would do a start of the year Q&A, see what your questions are. I took to Twitter and Instagram to ask you for your questions. Also, all my socials are linked down below, so go and follow me over there if you're not already, so that you know when I'm doing Q&As, you can take part in the next ones, and if you have got any questions then you can ask me them over there. Also, thank you so much to everyone who has sent in your questions. Also, if anyone who has sent in a question has their own channel, I'll be sure to link it down below, so go check out the description to check out some other amazing small YouTubers as well. And without further ado, let's get straight into the questions. So the first question comes from Amelia, and it is, have you ever been in love? This is a really short, simple answered question for me, and that is no, I haven't ever been in love. There's not really much more to say about that, I'm afraid. Another question from Amelia is, what are you looking forward to this year? Oh, that's a good sort of question. What am I looking forward to this year? I'm just excited to kind of see where the journey goes and see where I end up at the end of this year. I feel like, particularly over the last month and towards the end of last year, I sort of started to really get on top of my sort of health and well-being, and I'm focusing on that quite a lot at the moment and really working through that, so I'm excited to kind of see how that progresses and where I get to go with that. I'm also excited to travel in the summer, as we'll be going on a family holiday, so that should be nice as well. And also, yeah, I don't really know. I don't have sort of any specific goals or major things. I mean, I've got some concerts coming up, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I've got Shawn Mendes in April, I want to say that one is. I'm pretty sure it's April. And then I've also got the Vamps in May, and then also Ariana in August. I'm losing track of them all, which I am definitely very excited for. I've wanted to see Ariana live for the longest time, and I'm so happy to have gotten tickets for her tour this year, so can't wait to go to that. I did see her live at the Summertime Ball, but of course that's like a shorter set, so you don't really get to see her for that long, whereas I am so excited to actually go to her like full-on concert and get to see her live. Definitely gonna be an incredible performance, as well as Shawn. I've wanted to see him for a long time. I feel like he'll just be one of those people who's just great live and such a great performer, so very excited for those concerts that I've got coming up. That's definitely something to look forward to. Then from Ray, I've got a few questions as well from her, and the first one is, what's your go-to genre on Netflix? I'm gonna be honest here, I don't actually have a Netflix account. I know a lot of people find that quite shocking because I feel like it's just kind of a staple thing, but I still do watch series and stuff, and also with being a student it's quite good. You get 6 months free on Amazon Prime. There's quite a good few series and films available on there as well, so I will use that, or if not I'll rent or buy films on iTunes occasionally too. I would say, like, out of preference of the kind of things that I do watch on Netflix, I would generally go for sort of just easy to watch, you know, those kind of things that you can just have on in the background while you're doing something else. Funny, comedy kind of things as well. Definitely more sort of teenage, typical movies would be the kind of thing that I'd go for. And then I love series like Riverdale and that kind of thing too. So yeah, that kind of thing. I don't have an exact genre for Netflix though, but they're the kind of things that I'm into. Another question from her is, what films are you looking forward to this year? What films are actually coming out this year? It's the next Toy Story film coming out this year, because I'd actually be quite excited about that, because there's fourth one. There's also the Frozen 2 coming out at some point as well. I love how I'm going for all the kids films, but I don't know if they're both coming out this year, but if they are, then I'm excited to see those. Frozen I feel like was so overdone and like literally taken to the point where too many people over obsessed over it, but the fact that they're making a second film, I just feel like I have to see it just to see what it's going to be like and see how the story continues, you know? I can't believe that one came out, I was going to say 5 years ago, but no, it was 2013 and we're now in 2019, so that would make it 6 years ago that the first one came out, which is just crazy. But definitely those two. Let me know what films are coming out this year. Actually, I just never keep up to date with films. There's so many films that I always get recommended or tell myself I should watch, and then I just never get around to it. So leave me some recommendations of films that are either coming up and things I should go watch in the cinema, or either recent releases that are already out as well, that I should definitely have a watch of and see what they're about as well. Then her last question is, what habits are you looking to break this year, and what ones are you trying to create? In terms of breaking habits, I wouldn't say there's any sort of specific kind of bad habits that I'm trying to break. But in terms of things that I'm trying to create, kind of as I mentioned before, I'm really trying to work on sort of my mindfulness and wellness, and trying to get into the regular process of doing more yoga, as I find it really relaxing and is great for your mind as well. Also trying to get into more sort of journaling, and the thing that I have been trying to do recently is turning my phone off at 9 o'clock. I've got that like screen time limit thing turned on, so it automatically closes all my apps and everything at 9 o'clock. And I've stuck to that most nights. I've had the occasional night where I look at it, but only till about like 9:15 or something. I won't go much past that. And I do that so that I have at least an hour or so before bed where I'm not sat on my phone, and I really want to try and carry on with that for as long as possible, because honestly it helps your mind to relax so much more. Because I feel like when you're sat scrolling through social media, you get so many thoughts and so many ideas and things. It could just be me, but my mind just becomes bombarded with things, and doing that helps to clear my mind. So I've been trying to do that, sticking to a sort of kind of early kind of night routine, although I've always quite liked early nights to be fair, and then getting up fairly early as well. And yeah, just sort of trying to be more mindful about things too. A question from Katie which came through on Instagram was, would you ever do a video with another YouTuber? Of course I would. I would always be very much open to filming with another YouTuber. I would love to do that. If you are another small YouTuber and you happen to be in Brighton, you know, let me know. I don't know yet who I'd end up ever collabing with, but I would definitely be very much open to doing that. And the final couple of questions come from Tamsin, and first one is, do you have any travel plans this year? As I mentioned before, we are going on holiday as a family in the summer. We're going to Greece, which I'm quite excited for. I've wanted to go to Greece for a while and sort of see what that's about. So we're going to go there for a week, which will be really nice, and then my family's going to come back over to the UK as well for a bit, which will be good. And besides that, I think that's sort of the only kind of travelling I've got planned and definitely booked at the moment. Maybe there'll be another couple of trips and things that pop up as well, which would be quite nice. I'm always up for a good holiday somewhere. But yeah, definitely looking very much forward to going to Greece and getting to see what's around there. The next question from Tamsin is, if you could go anywhere, where would you go? I think one day I definitely want to go somewhere in Asia just to see what it's like. I don't know where exactly, but just because I've never been anywhere in Asia before, and I feel like it would be very different to how it is in Europe. So just for that cultural difference, and just for seeing somewhere different and experiencing something that I've never seen before, I think Asia would be a great place to go to. Maybe somewhere like Japan, which is quite advanced in the sort of like technology and everything there as well. I can imagine it'd be quite a cool edgy place to go to. Yeah, I don't know, let me know like if you've been anywhere in Asia and where you would recommend going. I definitely want to go somewhere there one day. And then also I definitely want to return to LA at some point. I went last summer for the first time, and honestly I just felt so relaxed, so like at home and so at ease there. I just loved the atmosphere, the people there, like they just, no one judges you there, you just get on and do your own thing. It just all feels very relaxed, and I just felt so at home, and it was just such a great place, and I had such an amazing time while I was there as well. So I want to return there one day, definitely, for sure. I'd love to do that. And her final question is, what's your favourite meal to cook? I would definitely say something either Mexican or Indian inspired. I love a good curry. I love trying to just sort of change up my curries as well and mixing it up with the different spices and things. That's what I do love about curries, is that you've got all the different spices and extra bits and pieces that you can add, and you can create a completely different curry to what you've had before just by changing all the different like proportion of spice and stuff. So I love just trying to get creative with that and seeing what I can create. And also Mexican food, I do love making some fajitas. That is quite a good kind of staple go-to. I love doing like jackfruit fajitas. They're becoming like my thing at the moment that I keep making a lot of. Or also some kind of chili, like a veggie chili as well, which is perfect for this time of year because it's so cold, and that's the perfect kind of warming dish. I love, yeah, definitely cooking those kind of things. Or even some of the sort of classic kind of British warming dishes, like a shepherd's pie but like a veggie twist on that, or a warming stew or something like that as well. If you definitely want some like meal ideas or recipe inspo, then definitely head over and check out my food Instagram page. In case you weren't aware of it, I do have a food Instagram page. It is plantbased.sofie. I will link it down below, and it's all vegan, plant-based, gluten-free, healthy, wholesome kind of meals. So if that's your kind of thing and you're looking for some cooking or also baking inspo. I definitely do post baking on there as well every now and again. I also post a lot of breakfast ideas, so if you want to get creative with breakfast, definitely head over, check it out. I'd love it if you could as well. So yeah, I'll link that down below if that's something that you'd be interested in checking out. So those were all of the questions for this Q&A. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Once again, thank you to everyone who sent in their questions. Like I said before, anyone with a channel, I'll be sure to link it down below. So head over, check out everyone's channels. That would be great if you could do that. As well as also smashing a big thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it. And also click that little red subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel. As well as tapping on that notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload. And I'll be sure to see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye!